welcome back officially to Adventure Capitalist on the Earth. Big Daddy here, and we haven't touched this for an entire week. Yes, we had to log back in on, after 2 days to go back to the moon, and then 2 days later to start Mars. But we have not done anything as far as purchasing any properties or upgrades or anything on this in a full week. As you can see, just since Friday, Earth has made $22.6 septillion. Oh my goodness. And we have a bank account of 50.6 septillion. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a lot of money. Let's go ahead and buy all the upgrades up through 10 septillion, which adds another percentage point. And it still leaves all this room. Look at all this. It's just unbelievable. Look at that. Up 400, 400, 400. Why not? And we do all that and still have 15 septillion left over. Isn't it wonderful? And amazing. Go ahead and bump the newspapers up simply because it affects everything else all around it. But now the real question. The real question, as we liquidate all of the funds that we possibly can, the real question is, how many investors? At first we thought maybe 5 or 6 million. I revised that to be somewhere around 25 or, 28 million. But I think it may be more. Let's find out. 31.588 million angels ready to come on board. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. Might as well jump right into it. We are going to have this restart. And we will now have 33.548 million angel investors. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Just one lemonade makes $670,000 now. I mean, that's, considering it started with just $1, now it's $670,000. Unbelievable. We got some decisions to make on these angel investors. No doubt we're going to triple everything with 10,000 angels. Woohoo! That sound, just amazing. Then we're going to go ahead and spend 100,000 to add 2% per angel. But now what else can we do? Well, there's a lot of things we could do. We're not going to. We still don't have that many. But as you can see now, we technically could get 25 million to add 10 newspapers or wash or pizzas or whatever. But with only 33.4, why waste most of those angels? But we're set up pretty well, as now, just by doing those two things, the lemonades are worth $4 million. In the manager department down here, there's a few of these I think we could do now. I don't care about the upgrader. I'm not buying that one. But 10 angels to make the oil companies 10%? Yeah. Same thing for the banks. Definitely the movies. Definitely the hockey. No doubt on the shrimp boats. Now I think also spending 1 million angels on the donuts is a good move. But I don't think I'm going to go any further. I do not believe I'm going to spend 1/3 of my angels to just get 10% off the pizza deliveries. So that's where we're at there. That drops it down to 3.8 million for one lemonade stand. Wow. So let's just run that. Boom. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and take it up to 10 because, well, why not? All right, let's get everything rolling by buying our first manager And you're going to see in the top, that money's going to start rolling fast. Boom! Look at that. It's just jacking up already. 200 million. Let's go ahead and just get as many of these as we can possibly get. No doubt about it. And it's not going to be hard. All the way up through movie studios. Wow. And now, quickening the pace. And now we're not even going to worry about tens anymore. That's one of those wonderful things. Boom. Now we even got the bank CEO. Wow. Wow. 100 newspapers. 100 car washes. 100 pizzas. 100 donuts. The donuts make 6.7 trillion a second. And the money's just rolling in. We now have the bank CEO. There's 100 shrimp, 100 hockey, 100 movie, 100 banks. I mean, honestly, we are off to a fast start on this restart with a lot of money involved. And now, 100 of everything with those oils. So now we're back up to 100 of everything, which means some solid time. So while we're thinking about it, let's look at these upgrades. Let's get that first set of upgrades. Triple everything all the way through the 1 trillion. Again, no problem there, but as you can see, the money going up huge. Let's bump all this up. 200 there, 200 there, 200. This is just like, wow. If only real businesses could work just like this. 200 of everything. And as you can see, we're over 16, 17 quintillion dollars. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and bump up to 500 lemons. Now let's get that next set. Triples everything. Wow. Just that cash register is just amazing. Triple all profits. Boom. Now the big thing is we're going to add 1% to all the angels. 12.9 quintillion a second for the oil. Now it's 16.1 quintillion a second. Holy moly. Boom. We go ahead and bump up to 600 lemonades, making 7.5 trillion a split second. And, wow. We can go all the way down almost. I mean, when in doubt, you just keep buying triple ups. It's just one right after the other. Unbelievable. Woo! All that's left is the oil company. And it ain't gonna take long to get there. I mean, look where we're at already. We got 200 of everything. Of course, we had 300 of everything when this episode started. I'd like to try and match that, at least be back up to 300 of everything, just with a lot more angels. The angels are already adding up, by the way. We've already got 250 coming on board. Triple those oil profits, and let's go ahead and add it up to 300, and now we got big money. It's just straight big money. Now we can go back through. Look how easy that is. Whoa, man. Oh, yeah. And now we're back to 300 of everything. The pacing is way up again. Triple it all again. And now another 1%. And we're over 1 sextillion a second for the oil fields. Whoa. And we're back up to 700 lemonades, making 1.14 quadrillion. Wow. Triple that up again? Why, thank you. 3.42 quadrillion now. That money is just coming hand over fist. It is unbelievable. As you can see, all the things that we have going on. Of course, we bought these at the beginning of this episode because of how much money we had. But already buying one of them to triple up the lemonades already. We're way ahead of where we were in that sense. So that is really kind of cool. I want to sit back and see here, because now it looks like it's not going to take us long before we start being able to improve on the 700, 300, which is pretty much where we started today. And I'd like to see us end up even vastly improved over where we started. I don't count the quick bumps that we did with all that extra money before we restarted. As amazing as it is and as nice as it is, quite frankly, it's kind of artificial because you saved up all that money. And basically we do that to get a quick little bump in angels and whatnot right before. But now whatever we do here is what's going to sustain the earth and our profit margins for an entire week. And our angel investors, look at that, already up and pushing 60,000, ready to come on board. It's not going to take long for that to rise up even higher. We are in really, really, really good shape right now. And I don't, you know, I could triple up newspapers and car washes, and that'd be a lot more money, believe me. But there's also part of me that says, you know, we're not far away from being able to add 100 more oil fields, which for an entire week would be simply irresistible. How do you turn that down? You just can't, you know? So here, 2, 1, there it is. Boom. Look at that. We got it with 30 sextillion to spare. Boom. And now it's 2.796 sextillion a second. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's making somewhere near 50 sextillion every 17 seconds. It's pretty amazing whenever you really get to it. Go ahead and triple up those newspapers to 229 trillion a split second. And as you can see now, we are in really good shape. Much better off. Just having those oil fields up to 400 for the next week is going to produce a lot. And I mean a lot of money. There's just going to be absolutely no way to get around that. And look at that, we can triple the car washes. The car washes are now producing 12.3 quadrillion per split second. Those undergirding businesses just producing more and more for us every single time that it rolls over. And it's producing as well. I think even like right now, the angels, look at this. The angels are going up about 17,000 every time the oil flips over. We're already up over 183,000, getting ready to push 200,000 angels. I mean, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. We're going to have millions of angels next week. Unbelievable. Wow. Should we? I mean, if we triple that up, you're talking about going over 32 quadrillion a split second on the pizzas. That's a pretty good push. I mean, you can't complain about that at all. I don't know how you can turn it down. I really don't. The only way I could turn that down is by going ahead and skipping it and doing the donuts instead. And I almost feel like I have to now. The donuts are putting 16.888 quintillion a second. I mean, it's really putting out some cash now. It's flipping around. It's going about as fast as you can possibly go. But man, are we set for a great next week. I really hope by this time next week, and I don't know exactly how close it'll be, but as you can see, we're already breaking 275,000 angels already. I'd like to think by this time next week we have 50 million angels to add, which means we'll end up with more than double. And when it's all said and done, it puts us in a position to make a run at finishing next week's Earth episode with at least 400 in every business category. That's my goal for next week's results. And I'm not talking about the money that we make before we get the angel investors. I'm talking about what we have going into the next week. It's definitely going to send us into that stratosphere. What an opportunity we have here. It's just awesome to think about. While we're thinking about it, let's go ahead. Why not? Triple up those pizzas to 32.986 quadrillion every time it rolls over. And at this point now, I'm thinking if we can just kind of hang out for 30 or 45 seconds, we'll probably have enough money to triple up those shrimp before we let it go for the week, and that would send it up and over 25 quintillion a second for the shrimp for an entire week. That is unbelievable. And of course, you can see we're now pushing up and moving up toward that 400,000 angel mark. It's just it's like shooting fish in a barrel. I mean, it is. Look at all that. I mean, we're almost getting to the point where we could almost buy another 100 banks for the week, and oh my goodness, that would actually be an impressive, a very impressive feat if we could pull that off. I'm not sure which I want to do. What's the unlock on the banks? It's ×2, right? I believe it's ×2 on the profit side. That wouldn't be bad. I can do one of two things right now. I can sit back for another minute and buy 100 banks more, or I can go ahead and just literally straight triple up the shrimp and let it ride. And that's tough, because now the decision gets even harder, because I could actually triple up the hockey instead and turn it into nearly 76 quintillion a second. I mean, it's getting pretty interesting. But I think my decision is, when this time runs out here and the oil goes through again, I'm going to buy 100 more banks. I'm going to push that up higher. I have to. I feel like it's just a must. And now we're talking 608 quintillion a second on those banks. We are pushing all kinds of money. Money is just flowing hand over fist. And folks, that is exactly where you want to be going into this next week. Those oils and those banks are going to be pushing us as we wait and come back next week to see how the Earth is going to continue going. But next time you see us, we'll be going to the moon. I hope you enjoy this. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Give us a like if you're enjoying this content. All that stuff really means a lot to us. Follow us on social media, and we look forward to seeing you again here at Adventure Capitalist. This is Big Daddy saying make that money, and we will see you on the flip side. Take care.